So this is my studio space, where I do spend most of my time. Since the space has to handle everything from socializing and working to filming and relaxing, I've tried to keep this setup as modular and functional as possible. I've compiled a list of my top 10 product picks you see in my space here that I do enthusiastically recommend, which I've listed in the description below, along with all the other items if anything has caught your eye. Most of the production gear and furniture can be moved or adapted on the fly, from the couch being easily slidable to the table being transformable from small and compact to large and in charge, to the light stands either being on wheels or easy to reposition. I can easily shift everything around depending on what I need to use the space for. In terms of controlling the space, all of the gadgets and lighting are tied into different Alexa routines I've set up, meaning once a command is said, it'll trigger everything I've set to happen within that routine, making everything optimized for different scenarios of what I want to happen. Computer, bedtime. But it's pretty much turned off all the lights and just kept on some ambient lights and the star projector. A recent acquisition I've also made are some new Amaran lights, which are super versatile in covering almost any lighting need, primarily for my professional video needs, but they're also super helpful as practical lighting as well. On top of that, I've got a whole wave of upgrades on the way to keep pushing the space forward for optimized content creation, which I'll be covering in future videos. But one of my favorite features of the space is the theater mode. I flip the couch around and drop down a 120-inch motorized screen for my projector, which brings me to the core focus I'll be tackling in this video. So one upgrade I've been really excited about is this new projector right here, the Valerion VisionMaster Pro 2. From my research, it seems to be one of the best you can get in its price range. Not just on paper with its specs. In fact, it's said to even hold its own against higher-end cinema-grade home theater projectors that cost 2 to 3 times more. Look at this box design. Up to 300 inches. To stand up for this one, wow, look at this box it comes in. I love how the logo is printed right into the case itself. Wow. Check that out when you open the box. Very, very premium feeling unboxing experience. Wow. Whoa. Ooh. Look at this thing. Look at the design of it. It is the coolest looking projector, and wow, does it ever feel expensive. This thing has some weight to it. Holy moly. The lens and the sensors up top. What do we got? That's a switch. That's a physical switch up top there. It actually has a door for all the I/O and ports. I'm gonna have to give this thing a wipe down from handling it. Oh look, they give you a microfiber cloth because they know you're gonna get some fingerprints on it. The remote, I like this power adapter. It's small and nifty, the power brick itself. A lot of these projectors come with these honkin' power bricks. And this is the remote design with your dedicated streaming buttons. And I do believe the remote all fully lights up as well. Okay, so I'm really excited to set this thing up. The issue I've had in my space is that every projector I've tested so far, while excellent in their own ways, have had a fixed lens, meaning you're technically supposed to mount the projector at a very specific distance from the screen in order to get the best result. Well, in the space I'm in, that's a bit of a problem as I'm somewhat limited with where I can mount my projector. Specifically, my mounting spot comes at 16 feet away from the screen. And while I've been digitally cropping or keystoning my projector to fit, it's really not an ideal solution since it ends up wasting light and reducing your overall resolution. That's where the Valerion VisionMaster 2 Pro is going to come in to save the day. This is the first one with an optical zoom lens, meaning I can now properly set the lens to fit the image to my screen without any wasted light or resolution. It allows for more flexibility in the placement of the projector while still keeping the results optimal. All right, so let's go get this thing hooked up. So because of the size and weight of this thing, it meant I needed to remount and install a whole new ceiling mount that could actually support this beast. So here I am taking down my old projector to make way for the new one, like I'm upgrading from a house cat to a small bear. Valerion thankfully makes a pretty clever ceiling mount that's super forgiving with a ton of different mounting holes on the plate itself. Of course, this meant I now had to realign the projector lens to the center of the screen while simultaneously making a mark for the mounting plate. Yeah, definitely not an easy task considering the whole unit and mount weighs around 20 pounds. So here I am trying to keep the laser perfectly aligned with the front lens while pressing this thing against the ceiling and making a guide mark with my other hand. And here's the key moment, markers going in. Did you catch it? There it is, the most stressful dot I've ever made. So now that I've marked out where to mount the plate, here I am hammering some pilot holes for the drill bit. Now for the fun part of drilling into the solid concrete. So if you've never done this, just imagine gripping a 10-pound arm-sized vibrating hammer that's shaking like it just chugged 8 espressos and is convinced you're its enemy in a life or death arm wrestle, all while balancing on a tiny platform 12 feet up in the air. So after 4 rounds of this, it's now time to affix our base plate into the holes I've just drilled. Buzz buzz, here I am drilling, thinking I'm getting close now, but not first without having one of the screws snap on me and getting stuck in the hole, forcing me to repeat the drilling process for a 5th round of battle, which I didn't bother to film. But after all the screws were finally in, here I am simply screwing on the mounting cover, which is quite an elegant way to hide any shoddy work or missed holes. Onto screwing in the telescoping arm, which can indeed extend to a max length of about 15 inches. And onto finally affixing the projector via a very clever ball head quick release mount that just slides and locks into place, allowing me to lock down my final alignment with ease. Okay, so there we have it. It's installed now, and it looks incredible. I'm just absolutely blown away by the results and quality I'm able to get with this thing. The built-in Google TV feels fast and responsive, and I love that I finally have Netflix running natively. And given the brightness boost, it works even better in daytime or mixed lighting conditions. Just for fun, I wanted to run a quick comparison between the Valerion Pro 2 and my old projector, the one that I just took down, the JMGO N1 Ultra, from the same mounting spot it was at previously to really see the improvements. I ran both projectors through some of my go-to test videos, which first starts with a blank white screen. So this is usually very telling as it gives us a sense of where the brightness falls between both units. As expected, we can see the Valerion Pro 2 pull ahead in terms of sheer power and brightness. As we run through the RGB tests, it's also pretty evident the claims at having a higher contrast ratio. The JMGO is still a great option and does hold up pretty well considering the light bleed I mentioned earlier, being I'm testing it from the same distance where the Valerion is now mounted from as I run these side-by-sides. One of my favorite test films is running Blade Runner 2049, given its range of dynamic lighting and scenes paired with some of the crispiest visuals I've seen in a film. I also like to use the movie Piece by Piece, which is an animated movie that also does a really great job of showcasing textures and colors in a clean and cohesive way. I'm mostly running these tests just so I can see the main differences, as in real life, honestly, without any side-by-sides, it can be pretty hard to notice any differences as the experience of both these projectors are very impressive in their own right. Nevertheless, I'm super pleased with the results overall and the boosted power that I'm now getting with the Valerion VisionMaster Pro 2. It's not only the most powerful and nicest looking projector I've ever had the pleasure of using, but functionally it just works and operates with speed and ease. As always, deal links to get your hands on one of these things are in the description below, even if you're not in the market or looking for a projector but still want to step up your room in some way. I'm popping up some videos on screen now that can help take your space into the future. So what are you waiting for? Click one and I'll see you over there.